Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Roast podcast. I'm your host, Joseph, and today we have a special guest. We have a content creator from California. His name is Alejo, aka the Coffee Nerd. He is doing a coffee challenge where he brews coffee every day and highlights a specialty coffee roaster. Let's go and welcome Alejo to the podcast.
I want to welcome you, Alejo, for taking your time and joining me in the podcast. I see that you finally hit your 102 days of your daily coffee challenge. Congratulations on that. So tell me, what else is next? What are you going to continue to do with this daily coffee challenge?
Yeah, so for context, I brew coffee every single day and I record it. I started way to help me be better on camera. I would post off and on, and it was just like, what do I do next? And I got to this point where I'm like, well, I brew coffee every single day. Why don't I just record it? So that pushed me to I think I started with, let me just do 7 days. And then I did 7 days and I'm like, I got a rhythm. Let me do 30 days. And now, today was day 102. Whenever this releases, I'm pretty sure I'll be somewhere in the hundreds, which is pretty crazy. I just wanted to capture my routine, my rhythm, and share it with people. If you were at my house, I would be brewing coffee for you. So that's a concept that I started off with and am continuing with.
I see that you're the master of the V60. Like, you got it down packed. I love it because I learned a lot on your brewing ratios, how you do everything and how many grams of water, the temperature. You say, all right, we do it this temperature for this processed wash coffee and so on. It's great, like how you put that into your video content, because it gives me more knowledge on better brewing out of V60. I just started doing a V60 pour over, and that is amazing. And that's why I love your content, because you're teaching others this is how you do it, and you get those tasting notes and highlighting a specialty coffee roaster. That's the greatest thing ever. What is your favorite tasting notes that you enjoyed so far as you continue doing this process?
Yeah, I do want to make a comment on my V60. I've used that thing for like 11, 12 years now, the same V60. So I don't know if I'm a master at it, because I've never really expanded beyond that. There's some brewers that I do want to get, but that's my routine. That's what I do every day, and I enjoy it. But yeah, in terms of tasting notes, I really enjoy coffees from Africa. I think Ethiopia, Yirgacheffe is probably my favorite region. I gravitate toward coffees that have a lot of fruit flavors, that are very bright and acidic. I really enjoy wild coffees as well. So if you've ever had an anaerobic process or anaerobic fermented coffee, co-fermented coffee, that's when they process the coffee with fruit and let it ferment for anywhere from like a day to like, I think 96 hours. There's some pretty cool things happening in the coffee world that we get to experience. Every bag of coffee, even if it's the same region, same roaster, might be different, which I like the uncertainty of that. Enjoying the moment and being intentional about slowing down and enjoying your coffee.
All the other regions, depending on the soil, what they use, and elevation can change the taste of the coffee too. Even though it could be from Ethiopia, it might be different elevations or different soil or minerals that they use. That could be different on the tasting notes too.
Yeah, to expand on that, a lot of people understand wine tasting and enjoy different wines, different regions. And they understand that the soil, the elevation of where the grapes were grown, where it was processed, how it was processed, all of that contributes to the flavor of the wine. What I found out is that wine has around 900 different factors that go into the flavor. Coffee actually has a little bit more than that with the factor. So like, it's just kind of understanding, like, and there's so many different things that you can really dive deep into, and coffee is definitely one of them. Tea, people go crazy into meat and all kinds of things, but coffee has so many different flavors and things that contribute to the end result. It's just fun to track all of that and enjoy it.
How did you come up with your ratios and your recipes when making sure that you get that perfect cup of coffee every time you're doing your pour overs, which is awesome?
I don't know if it's something that I really come up with. A lot of roasters will have resources for you to look at. I'll just look on their site and they'll have suggestions on use this ratio for this coffee, or use this many grams of coffee, this many grams of water. Over time, You just find something that works. There's really no right or wrong way to brew coffee. If you enjoy it, then it's good. Just the constant repetition, rinse and repeat, brewing your coffee, seeing what you enjoy about it, maybe do the same exact thing the next day and tweak one thing, like maybe the temperature of the water, go coarser or finer on your grind. So there's so many different ways you can experiment with brewing coffee at home. But yeah, you just keep doing it every day. You just go in and try again until you find something that works for you. Like I said earlier, I've been using the same V60 for over 10 years. So I guess I have a lot of repetition over the years that has helped me dial in what I enjoy. Just keep at it.
And then what got you into coffee content creation? How did it start? What formed you to started doing all of this? I've seen that one of your videos, you said that you used to work as a barista in Starbucks. Was that your starting point? How did the Coffee Nerds develop into the name that it is and your brand?
So, man, there's a lot packed into that question. The logo has two faces on it, myself and a really close friend. The Coffee Nerds started as something to capture our tasting notes. Me and my friend Jonathan met at Starbucks. So I worked at Starbucks for like 8 years. So I worked at Starbucks for about 8 years total. And I just enjoyed the connections with customers, the friends that I made during that time. I went through a coffee master program, so I was actually really learning as much as I can about coffee at the time. And then towards the end of my career with Starbucks, I left, but I still enjoyed coffee. It was just something that I drank every day because it was there, but I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the tasting notes, the connections that people have over coffee. And yeah, so Jonathan and I, after we left Starbucks, we would get together and brew coffee. This was 2015. Specialty coffee was just starting to be a thing in like our area, at least in California, Southern California. We had things like Intelligentsia, Portola coffee, and Blue Bottle. That concept of specialty coffee was just beginning in the early 2010s, 2015. At that point, we would get together, bring some pastries, brew coffee, have a good time. After a few of these meetings, our wives suggested, you guys should start an Instagram and start posting all this. Because, we got really into it. And that's kind of where the Coffee Nerds started. Just in my kitchen with Jonathan, we were there enjoying our time together. And they were like, yeah, you guys should start something and just publish it. See what happens. Everything we did was organically grown. We weren't trying to make money. It was just more of out of an enjoyment of coffee and just sharing that with others.
Yeah, I loved your whole page, and it's been fun watching you doing all of this. And I started seeing that you started to do Shot Talk, I think it's called. That's another thing you're starting to do, which is kind of cool, getting people to know you and see who you are. And hopefully we get more of that content still going.
That's a recent experiment that I've been working on. When you're creating content, you do something that you want to do, you experiment, see what the response is. It's been pretty positive so far. I'm trying to make that a weekly thing, at least on Sundays. The whole concept behind that is I'm going to talk during the duration of pulling a shot of espresso. It really limits you and challenges me to what do I want to say and how can I say that in less than 45 seconds?
Definitely. Like trying to come up with the content creation, you have to hook people in the first 3 to 5 seconds and then see if they continue to watch towards the end. It's hard, especially being in the social media space, trying to get people interested in your content and then follow. It's a hard process. This is my actual first, and it took me a while to get the following that I need, the recognition, and people seeing my content. It's grown, and coffee has been a big staple, especially in my area. And throughout the years, I've been traveling, drinking local coffee shops, different coffees. And my wife's like, you should just start doing content. And I started doing it. And a lot of these coffee shop owners know me in town now. They say, oh, there's the Daily Brew reviewer. He's here to review my coffee. It's an awesome feeling supporting a local business. A lot of these coffee shops that are opening are all local. And a lot of these big corporations are not expanding anymore. So they're shrinking as these small coffee shops are expanding. Have you seen that around your area, around California? You're getting a lot more local coffee shop owners or roasters opening up and doing the specialty coffee thing out there. Because I know there's a lot of that going on, especially up here in the New York area.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think, like I mentioned in 2015, I could probably count on one hand the amount of local coffee shops within maybe 5 to 10 miles. And so for me, that was enough at the time. And so we go to one spot, but now there's so many different options. And it's just really cool to see that industry grow and see these guys expand out. It's an art form. It's really just an expression of who the person is, how they want to set up their shop. And it's fun. I do enjoy that. If anything, I hope people understand I get to try coffees from all over the US, but my favorites are the ones that are right in my backyard. 7 Syllables Coffee, they're probably the closest roaster to me, and I really enjoy supporting them and their business. They roast really great coffee. I know for you got Brutus Roasting out there. I got to enjoy his coffee, have those conversations, those relationships with people that are just in your backyard. I think that's really what's important. It's not about trying all the coffee, but really finding the one thing that you like and just supporting your community and supporting your local businesses out there.
So it's the same way in my area in the community where you get those great relationships with your local coffee shop owners, local roasters. And it's a lot of fun getting to know and experience what they can offer. Have you gotten a lot of good relationship with your local coffee shop owners or roasters where they give you special access or anything like, hey, come over here, Alejo, let's do a cupping or something like that?
I've toyed around with some ideas. I'm hoping in the next year or so I can start executing on. A lot of these guys I talk with, some of the baristas even work at multiple shops. There's definitely a good community of coffee shop owners. I'm just a regular guy enjoying their coffee. If I can do something to understand or hear their story or learn about them, I'll jump in. Maybe there might be some things in the future that I could start doing.
Is there any coffee crawl or coffee events or festivals that go on around your local area that you will do?
I've heard of some groups in my area down south in San Diego and up north. And they do coffee crawls, get a bunch of people together. I think there's one in Long Beach that used to exist too. The difficulty with those is, for me, I'm coming at coffee from the perspective of, I'm married, I have 4 kids, I work full time. So this is not my full-time gig. I'm very protective of my time that I spend creating content. And so when I come at creating content, I'm not trying to do all the things. I'm trying to make it simple and easy to understand. That's why I leaned into my daily routine. It's something that I do every day, helps slow down my mornings. I enjoy it. I get to try a new coffee and go the rest of my day. A lot of people, I think a lot of people in my age range are in similar situations. They're busy. They got a career. They got kids. And so my angle is really at how can you enjoy this little piece of specialty coffee, even as a busy adult? I'd love to spend 6 hours on a Saturday with people and just enjoy it, go to 5 coffee shops. Is that realistic for me right now? Probably not. I'd like to see my family. So those are some things that help narrow down how I approach coffee. For some people, that's great. I love seeing those groups of people that will visit different shops, or even like yourself, get out there and visit all these coffee shops. I would absolutely love to do that. Out here in LA, there are so many shops that I probably could. Is that realistic for me right now, though? The answer is no. But I just enjoy coffee the way that I can right now in the season that I'm in. Hopefully I can share or inspire other people to do the same, even if they live a busy life.
Yeah, I definitely live a busy life. I work a full-time job doing content creation, the podcast, and I get to enjoy doing all this. I get to bring my wife and my daughter with me with these coffee adventures. My wife is a coffee enthusiast, just like me. I says, let's go to this coffee shop and get a good cup of coffee, have some breakfast or something like that, and just enjoy the scenery. I'll do a video on that coffee shop. It takes me quick to film, and then we just sit there, relax, and enjoy the moment. You have 4 kids. I have 1. So it's a little different in that sense, because I understand you want to spend time with your kids, and I do the same thing. I like to spend time with my daughter, but I do a lot at once, and man, it gets tiring sometimes. This weekend, I'm going to be a barista for a day as a guest, and it's going to be fun for a couple of hours. They wanted me to do it. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Get my audience to come by, rate my coffee to see how good am I as a barista, have a good time with it.
That's awesome.
Have you got any brand deals or collaborations from other local coffee roasters or other businesses out there? Because I've been getting a lot of messages through my DMs where they say, hey, test this product out. We're sending you this. I know Muggsy came out for me and you. So I want to know, have you got anything new ever since then? Or just people just send you stuff randomly?
That's a tricky thing to navigate. It is like the more you show up with content, I think that does attract other brands to work with you. I've done gifted collaborations where they just send you a product, gifted coffee where they send you coffee to try out. A lot of times they just want the ability to show up on your channel to your audience. For small roasters and mom and pop shops, they don't have a huge marketing budget.
It's more like online brand people, these people that just like starting, like Muggsy is a company just starting. They say, hey, they just DM'd you, slide you a DM, just make a video for us or something like that. We'll give you this. Like recently, I just got one company that's sending me a manual espresso machine.
Nice.
And I was like, I don't do content like that, but hey, I'll do it. If you're going to give me a manual machine for free, might as well. I'll do the content.
Like it's about brand deals and if there's anything new in the pipeline, basically, right?
Yeah, like has anybody contacted you and say, hey, I want you to do a video for me? Just like Muggsy, like DM'd you, like any random other brands out there.
Brands will definitely reach out. The more consistent you are at showing up, is definitely an opportunity for both. Like, you know, gives you content to create, and then a brand can either pay or gift product in exchange for a review or just exposure. I think there's some good things going on there. One thing that I always have to make sure that I'm doing, because before I would just accept everything. And I thought it was really cool. Like they're sending me this thing to try out. What I found out later on was, you know, a lot of those videos, I still have them up. You can look in the past and see some of the things I've collaborated on. And a lot of times it just didn't really fit what I am trying to lean into as a coffee content creator. I think at some point you just got to do it and figure it out. But I think what I'm trying to say is when you do collaborations with brands, it's really important to make sure that what they are trying to sell makes sense for you and your audience. Because I think all product looks cool. You know, there's all kinds of cool coffee automation things and gadgets that you can get. So there's never a shortage of ideas, but it doesn't make sense to promote that. Is that beneficial for the people? If I'm thinking with the target audience in mind, career, busy family, does having this gadget make their life better? And so that helps filter through. There's some things that I'm probably going to accept and some things that I probably won't. A lot of it's just coffee. And I enjoy that stuff. It's beneficial. I think it's good. And I'm happy to try out and explore new coffees. I'm not going to review espresso machines. That may change in the future, but I don't know. It just depends. You just want to make sure that it matches or fits what you're currently doing, because you can say yes to everything and then find yourself making content that you don't even enjoy.
Yeah, and I had a content idea when I got that manual machine they're going to send me, because I have a bag over here from Central Florida as another micro roaster. I need you to check him out. He sent me 2 bags. I paid for those bags, but I said, oh, this would be a good idea. I can highlight your business tied in with this espresso machine, and it'll be a great content for that, because that was the whole point, to buy his beans, make some different types of lattes or whatever drink I want to make. And I was like, all right, I want to do this. I want to do a pour over. I'm going to do a whole bunch of different things just for him. He's actually going to be on the podcast too, and I'm super excited. I can't wait to have him. That's the only reason I would do something like that. If it's a specialty gadget like a distributed tool or a tamper or something that I use regularly and I make drinks, I'm going to use it for that. Or if they send me coffee, definitely. But I got stuff that doesn't even make any sense, and I'm like, no, I don't want it. Which I totally understand.
Absolutely.
Hopefully a lot of brands start sending you like coffee, like, here you go. I want you to do some coffee stuff. That'd be great for you.
Yeah. To keep going with that, I do have some brands that have reached out. In fact, I have one project that I'm currently working on with a specific coffee roaster from Northern California. By the time this podcast releases, it'll probably already be released. I'm working with Heirloom Coffee Roasters right now, and they've been really fun to work with. I jumped on some calls with their team, got some ideas back and forth. I think it can be helpful because as a coffee content creator, what's important is the brand recognition, and making something specific for a brand um, to kind of show like how you use their product. It's helpful for other people. If someone's searching for a coffee brand or a coffee product, like how many times you go to YouTube just to see someone review a coffee gadget or a coffee brewer, that helps inform your decision whether you want to buy it or not. So there's an aspect of creating content that is very helpful.
I've seen a lot of those videos where this espresso machine is really good. It's got a powerful one. They're always the same for other content creators that are trying to market those brands like Casa Brew or Breville. That's how I got my first espresso machine. I got a Casa Brew, and the content creator made this big thing. I love it, but it's something I would never do content creation for. The only thing I would probably do is making specialty drinks using someone's coffee or whatever roaster that sends me their beans. Just a couple of gadgets and stuff like that for an espresso machine. It's hard to make content, especially when you're trying to promote something and then trying to sell a product to your audience. I'm not a salesperson. I'll feature it. I'll try to help you with your business. You give me the coffee beans for free. I will do the content, and then hopefully that content will help people purchase it from your website. I don't need the money. I'm just there to make the content and have a good time.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the one that you did with that straw, drinking coffee.
Yeah, that was such a cool thing. I still use that.
Buy and try it out for myself. Or say, hey, I would like to do a video or something. It was kind of interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew?
You should check those. You should just reach out to them.
But when you were saying the brand deals, I'm different from what you do or something like that, meaning. And you had your, like the whole thing with that straw. That thing was freaking amazing. That looked pretty cool. I just want to know how hard it was to suck it up with all the grinds around it. I seen the one from New Jersey that send you the sample kit. That looks pretty cool too.
Oh, they are really good.
Like, how did that become a thing?
Yeah, they just reached out and wanted to send some coffee. A lot of times I'll accept coffee and try some new stuff from a small roaster. Soleil Coffee, they're located in New Jersey, sent me a few of their coffees, and it's just been fun to try out. I enjoy that part of what I do, and it fits with what I'm already doing. I'm brewing coffee every day. Being able to enjoy and explore somebody else's coffee and share that with my audience, I'm happy to do. I know we're joking and talking about the Jogo straw, and that's such a cool little tool. It's basically a straw with a filter on the bottom. You just put coffee grounds and hot water in a cup and drink your coffee. It's like a French press, but without the press. It kind of fits what I'm doing. I'm brewing coffee every day. Here's a quick way to make coffee. Like, I've used that. There's some days where after my first pour over, I'm extra tired. So I'll throw some more grounds in the cup and pour hot water over that. I didn't have to spend extra time making it. It was really easy. So yeah, those types of things are fun. If the brand deal makes sense for you and your audience and you know it's going to help somebody, I think brand deals are great. It's a cool way to get to know other people in the industry, get to know different products. A lot of times after you do it a few times, your time is worth money. Free product is cool, but value to what you do with your audience. You and I create different types of coffee content. It's still the same genre, right? We have a different voice. The way that you speak to your audience and the things that you know are going to be different than what I know or how I speak, or, you know, a lot of times I don't talk a lot in my videos. It's just, you know, showing the rhythms. We all have our different flavor, and it's unique, it's special, and it's going to serve somebody. If you can put a value on that as you talk with different brands, that's helpful as you navigate those conversations. It goes both ways. You're helping the brand out. They need their stuff marketed. Maybe they want to do UGC content or go through creators. We produce the content. We know what's out there and have something to speak into. So yeah, it's definitely fun.
Yeah, it is definitely fun. And it just gives me more creativity on doing different things when it comes to my channel. That's why I love when I get a brand deal. I don't accept every single one of them, but if it's something interesting, I will definitely do it. It gives me more ideas on how to make my videos better. Mm-hmm. I still struggle here and there. Even when I'm in public doing video content for coffee shops, I get shy in the camera. It's just the shy of doing it in front of people. But I'm starting to get used to it and be more open to say, hey, I'm doing video content. This is what I'm going to do. And I don't care that people are around me watching me. It's just crazy, but I'm here to promote a local small business that's just helping these small businesses that don't have these budgets that I can produce the content and bring the audience to them to help them generate revenue and have a good business. There's one business that I do all the time. Every week, I do coffee flights. They do theme flights. I wind up going over there every week, present the video, and people love it. She appreciates me doing this every week and bringing my audience to her, and people are seeing the content to help her grow. And I told her that's the point. And then I did on the podcast and says, you owe me a couple free flights because I've been spending a lot of money. It's just fun, and it's great to have a local business. Thank you for helping me, because I don't get that. You don't know. I do so much content from these local businesses. They don't say anything. The owners don't say anything. But hearing it from a business owner saying, hey, Joe, you did this and thank you, and I appreciate what you do, it makes me feel a lot better, and it makes me want to do more and more content every day. Keep on striving for more.
Nice.
Hopefully you will do a couple of those every once in a while when you have the opportunity. Who knows?
Yeah. You never know what's ahead of you or who's watching. So my whole thing is just keep showing up.
Keep showing up. Keep on doing your daily coffee challenge. And just keep on doing it. Showing people pretty much this is me. This is what I do. And this is how my content's going to be. Yeah. And then maybe throw a little bit of flavor here and there. I like the different cups that you use too. You probably got like 1,000 freaking mugs.
It probably looks like that. But yeah, we frequently, probably like 2 or 3 times a year, we are like, oh, I think we got to get rid of some mugs. We can't shut our cupboard.
I love you have a different mug. You have a Star Wars theme. You have this theme. And it just goes perfect with your videos. I just love the whole thing. It's just great. You know,
well, I'm doing it for you, Joseph.
Does anybody comment and say, hey, I like your mug, or I like this or that? Have you got any crazy comments or anything?
Nothing like that. On the mugs, at least.
People need to pay more attention to detail when it comes to video. I think it's because I spend more time paying attention to detail when it comes to somebody's content. It helps me better my content too, to see what they're doing and maybe put a spin on my content and see what I can do, maybe somewhat mimic, but something different, and try to uplift my content.
Absolutely.
Learning from other content creators. That's the only way you're going to learn and grow and figure it out. This person's doing it this way. Maybe I can do something similar, or maybe a little bit different, but with my different energy than what their energy is.
We all have a unique voice. So lean into that for sure.
Anything else that you're planning to do in the future? How you're going to expand or just keep it the way it is?
Yeah. For me right now, my goal is growing my YouTube channel. I did start off the YouTube channel doing stuff similar to this with interviews with other business owners. And I would like to start that one back up again. Just trying to fit that into my schedule is really the challenge, but I'd love to do more of that. I always have ideas. It's just a matter of executing on them. So yeah, absolutely have some things planned up ahead. Probably not worth sharing right now, but there's always different content ideas, different video ideas. I got my eyes on some other content creators that are local to me. So hopefully I can do some collaborations with them in the future. The more you show up, the more you get ideas on what would be good next, or how you can tweak your content or make it a little more efficient. If you look at my day 1 video versus day 102, it's a huge difference. Back then, I was talking a lot and it probably was very boring. And so the whole idea is like, get to the point quick. I don't think anybody wants to watch me brew the whole thing. It's a slow process. So, I find myself, all right, what do I do now? The more you do it, you tweak it, you figure things out. I have my sights on some different things in the future. So we'll see. I'll publish it. I'll share it.
I'm hoping sometime in the future, I can come down to California and do a collaboration video with you. Go to one of your local coffee shops and do a V60 pour over.
Absolutely.
That would be great. I'll bring my family over, my daughter. I don't know how old your kids are, but hopefully they'll interact and have a good time.
That'll be cool. Let me know.
Yeah, definitely.
I've never visited New York before, so that is one of my bucket list items. You've already got a few coffee shops that I've flagged for visiting if I ever make it out there.
Oh, yeah. I have one specialty one just for you. This one coffee shop does these bizarre recipes, like lattes you never even heard of, like a maple popcorn flavor, and it just tastes so good. You're like, wow, this has a popcorn buttery taste with the maple syrup in it. It was just so good. This guy, Jacob, from Jacob Alejandro's, he competes a lot in competitions and he travels all around the world. He's like the GOAT of upstate New York when it comes to the best coffee shop in town. Nobody's beating him. Nobody.
I would love to try that out.
Yeah. Each coffee shop is different, but he's the GOAT. I can't wait for you to come by and take you over there. Definitely.
Someday, man.
And you get to see Steven from Brutus Roasting too.
Yeah.
So since we're getting close to the end of this podcast, is there anything you want to say? Let everybody know where they can follow you and your handles.
You can find me at The Coffee Nerds, both on Instagram and YouTube. You can find me at thecoffeenerds.co. I've got a few resources there and links to, I got a Amazon storefront and just some of my favorite roasters listed. I'm publishing every day. If you want to see me brew, I just set up my camera in my kitchen and brew coffee every single morning. There may be some special things up ahead. I'm in Southern California, so if you're local, let me know and just reach out. You can DM me, email me, comment.
If you want to know any knowledgeable things from Alejo, like how to work a V60, how to do a pour over, he's the man. He can help you guys out. I'll have all his information on the description down below on the podcast so you guys can see where to follow him. Definitely follow him. Great guy, great content, And as always, I'll see you guys in the next podcast. Have a good one.
Thanks for having me.